I'm using this particular image because it adequately illustrates what I'm trying to portray to you in regards to the executive summary. Now, the executive summary is one of the most important parts of your business plan. And I want to suggest to you right up front that you write this part of the business plan last. The reason is that some of the information you need, you will not have it until you've finished your plan or near finished your plan. So you write your executive summary last. The second vital point I want to make is that your executive summary must be interesting enough for anyone who reads it. Now think about this. If you're going for funding, investors receive around about 1,000 business plans a month. That means they really do not have time to read stuff that doesn't interest them. So you've got to give them exactly what they want to hear, and you want to give it to them straight with no fluff at all. So I'm going to show you how to write a winning executive summary. Let's get started. The first section of your executive summary, and you want to use headings for this, you want to talk about your background and experience and then include a summarized version of your management team. Now, here's the deal. If you've worked in any area of the industry you're going into, then you want to detail that experience there. If you've not worked in that industry, but you've had employment that aligns with the type of work you'll be doing in this new business, then you want to write about it instead. So either way, there's got to be something in that background and experience that pops to the investors or the people that you want to carry along, or even to yourself as a way of reassuring yourself that, yeah, I have some experience to run a business. The other thing is that you must include a summarized version of your management team. Just talk about what the management team has done for you since they started helping you out and what kind of results have they got, what experience do they have. Just a summarized version. I'll talk about this as we look at the operations plan in a moment. The second section of the executive summary is the niche, the problem, the product, and sales. Niche, problem, products, and sales. So let me talk about it one by one. The niche. Do not be like most people who want to sell a product to every single person on earth. Even Coca-Cola doesn't do that. There are some people who would never drink Coca-Cola, and that's a big, huge brand. There's some people who don't wear Nike. There's some people who don't wear Jordans. There's some people who don't buy DVDs. Your product will not work for everyone. Particularly in the beginning, you want to have a niche that you're selling to. So what is a niche? A niche is a section of the potential market you could be selling to. So let's say, just think about Google. All of us now use Google for searches, but at least I think so. But think about this. When Google first started, I was not even going on the internet. I probably wasn't savvy enough to even go do a search, or perhaps some people were not even born yet. But Google had to aim that business towards the niche, the particular group of people that needed it at that time, knowing that they're going to scale up. I know you're going to scale up and you're going to sell to millions of people, but who are the first few hundreds you're going to sell to, or the first few 10 people you're going to sell to? What's their age group? What's their level of income? Where do they live? Can you put together a profile of those people? Now, you need to talk about that niche. So it could be, I'm aiming at selling my product to the 25 to 35-year-olds that live in a particular area, work, and have this type of problem that I want to solve. So what's the problem you're solving for that group? And then what's the product you've created to solve that problem? Now, the sales part of it is the proof that you have the right niche that you're selling to, you've got the right problem that you're solving, and you've got the right product for that particular niche, and you've made some sales. Now, when I talk about sales here, I'm not talking about you haven't sold 1 million units of whatever you're selling. That's not the point. The point is, have you sold this product to 10 people? Have you sold this product to 5 people? Have you sold it to 20 people? Just enough sales that shows the investors or shows yourself, that confirms to you as an entrepreneur that you are doing the right business, or that this business will make money if it's a money-making business. If it's not a money-making business, how many people have used your services over the past 2 months that you've started? Have you tested this? We're going to talk a little bit about testing later on. But it's important to write about this in your executive summary. The third section you want to write about in your executive summary is the risks and solution. The risk and solution. So what solution do you have for the risks that are imminent in your business? So, for example, if you're thinking about driving traffic to your website as the means of generating sales, that's a huge risk. So what happens if the traffic doesn't come? What other plans do you have? What other solutions do you have? Or the solution you have to overcome the risk or the risk that you're facing? So you're going to talk about that as well here. Every business has risk, and do not say to yourself, oh, this business has no risk. That's going to make you look unserious. The fourth section of your executive summary is the amount of money you're expecting or expected profit in the first 12 months. So what's going to be your expected profit? You're going to write a particular figure, and this figure, you can only get it from your profit and loss account or from your cash flow forecast. That's one of the reasons why I said that you should write this executive summary last. And then finally, you're going to talk about how much you need. You're going to have a specific figure as to how much you think you need to start this business up and running. Sometimes you're talking to entrepreneurs and you say, well, okay, how much do you need? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I think I'm going to need $10,000, or I think I'm going to need $15,000, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, that's not going to cut it. What's going to cut it is you first of all have an amount in mind which you can get from your cash flow forecast. And by the way, I'm going to give you a cash flow template that you're going to use to calculate your cash flow. As long as you have all the figures, it will automatically do it for you. So that way, you don't need to stress yourself about trying to come up with a figure. Just put in the costs and the income you plan to make, and it will automatically calculate the figure for you. And from that, you'll get a profit and loss account that also shows you exactly how much you need. You might have to tweak it a bit, but it works and it's good. So you've got to discover exactly how much you need, and that amount of money should be written in your executive summary. So let me go over it again. The 5 things you're going to write about is your background and experience, include a summarized version of your management team. And the second one, as a heading, is the niche, the problem, the product, and the sales you've generated, and also the risks and solution, and then the expected profit, and finally, how much you need for your business. All right, I'll see you in the next lecture.